Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. One very dangerous and I would say stupid trend or behavior that I noticed in the United States of America, not at the populous level, but out there among the rulers, supposedly, of our nation here, is that they are playing or pretending that they are not bothered by some very concerning escalations. And they try to dismiss it with an air of superiority. That thing is growing and is growing and is growing and is like they're waiting until it gets a critical point beyond which they cannot control it anymore. I don't know, sometimes I think those things were controlled in a way that they were allowed to get that point so they can then act then differently than they would have acted before it reached that critical point. It could be like that. But there are certain things that they should intervene early or earlier. Remember that song, I Shot the Sheriff? Kill it before it grows. All right? Or he grows, whatever. Kill it before it grows. So kill it before the whole thing gets too big that you can contain it. And what they do, they first dismiss it with an superiority and arrogance unbelievable, because that's going to actually cut their ankles. That's the first one. And the other one, they redirect the conversation towards something unrelated to get our focus from that. And it's a big issue. I'm talking about the dollarization. So the process of switching from the dollar as being the main global reserve currency into multiple, be it yuan, be it whatever it could be, a euro, and so on. Euro is allowed to a certain extent to, but a dollar. And that's a big problem. It's a big financial problem for the Americans, the American business and us, the people. Why? Because it's a kind of, I'm not going to go deeper into that, but it's just kind of like I give you greenback, I give you the paper, or I give you the dollars that I don't have, and you give me the product. Why? Because you need my dollar to buy the resources, to buy oil, for instance. Everybody needs oil. So you're going to make deals in my currency, in the dollar. How do you get the dollar? From me. How do you get the dollars from me? Giving me something. And you give me glasses, very nice shirts, and all that. Dildos and who knows what. You give me that, and I'm going to give you dollars so you can buy oil. As an example, okay? This is the little hack. So I don't have to really produce much, just dollars and services, how we service one another. That's how I service you, you service me. That's what we produce here. But we print dollars and we get products. We have everything from you guys, the ones that are not in the United States of America, that actually produce stuff. All right. What do we have here? We have India. Now, when India switches from the dollar to something else, that's a very concerning moment, don't you think? India is not, Romania or blah, blah, blah. India is India as a population and all that. So look at this article, and this article, instead of being serious about it, is going to give us, India just bought 1 million barrels from United Emirates, Arab Emirates, and that's fine. That's not. It's not. It's not going to just ditch the dollar. No, don't worry. You know who you should believe? Yellen, the Secretary of Treasury, a dumb ass. That's what she is. She didn't know the inflation. Inflation is a thing. Yeah, such a I don't know, man. So let's read this little article here, coming from MoneyWise. Dollar dumped? ? India just bought 1 million barrels of oil from the UAE, United Emirates, Arab Emirates, using rupees instead of the US dollar for the first time. Why this could spell doom for the greenback? Okay, the title says, oh my God, very interesting. But they want to say, don't worry. India and the United Arab Emirates have officially started trading with each other in their local currencies. I covered, I think, this in a previous video. The Indian government announced on Monday that the country's leading petroleum refiner, Indian Oil Corporation used the local rupee to buy 1 million barrels of oil from the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, not the US dollar. So, let's see here. We got that dollarization trend. This is everything is else by this, by that. So, India and the UAE are by no means alone in trying to reduce their reliance on the dollar. And we are just okay with that. Powerful nations across the world, particularly China and Russia, are keen to dethrone the dollar in response to aggressive US sanctions and foreign policy plays. Okay, this trend, deemed de-dollarization, has gained such sway that some are questioning whether the dollar's day of dominance are over. But it's a trend. Not yet. They're not over. There's a trend. Here's where you have to act. But Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, Zelensky, said no currency currently exists that could displace the greenback. That's true, baby doll. That's true. So what are we going to do? We're too strong. There's no currency that could replace it. So sit tight, do your inclusion, diversity, and equity bullshit. All right? Pay your taxes, go to work, consume, get, because now it's legal, and you're fine. Don't just be a happy, quiet consumer. So or silent consumer. Now, what's going on here? Yellen's reassurance follows a, now look, 8% decline in the dollar's share of global reserves in 2022. So in 1 year, 8%. And Yellen's reassurance, in an effort to diversify, central banks worldwide have been starting to ditch their dollar reserves in favor of gold. I know this is not as tough as it sounds, but these guys are ignoring it. I read a few economists, experts, saying, Russia and China is just a dwarf, as Josep Morel said about Russia's economy, just a dwarf, a gas pump with an atomic bomb. That's what Borrell said. Okay, it may be, but you need that gas from the pump. Otherwise, what are you going to do? And you can't get it because the guy get woohoo, a big thing, swinging it with an atomic bomb at the end of it, and you can't approach him. So then they say, oh, it's just a little thing. China, no. Even BRICS, they say, even BRICS, Brazil, India, China, South Africa, and Russia, even that is unimportant. It's like what? Not even 20%, I think, of the whole global economy is nothing. It's just And what? The yuan is used, 3%? Shit, don't go to sleep, go and consume, shut the hell up, sleep tight. We're gonna hold it and we're gonna keep you safe for you. Okay? No, don't do that. Because 8% in 1 year, or at least then, I don't know if it happens in one. He said in 1 year, or that's she said. Year regressions follows a 8% decline in a dollar's share of the global so the declined in 2022 8%. So I don't think I'm going to sleep tight. But they know what they do. Why? Because they're covered. They're ahead of us. By the time that happens, when it will happen, they're going to be already covered. You're going to find out Yellen got some millions in yuan, some millions in euros, some millions in whatever in dollars, and she's fine. You're going to be like, caught by surprise. First, I don't have money to do anything because I don't have money. Look how great we're doing at States of America. Remember, how much was it? 60% or 80%? Not 80. I think 60% of Americans cannot produce $400 cash right now for an emergency. What is fucking that? I lived better in Romania, considering that I had $400 in my pocket in Romania. All right? I mean, I was never empty, but that's a different story. Because that's the way we bad people act, and we're not equitable. We don't like equity. We like hard work. We like, I work hard, you pay me, accordingly. That's why Romania was not the thing for me. I work hard and you get paid. I don't like that. Okay? So anyway, it's not equitable. See, sometimes I like equity. I don't like to be taken from me, my hard work, and given to a fucking lazy. All right? He said lazy. Yes. A person who doesn't think ahead, doesn't postpone gratification. Yeah. It's our own decisions. Remember, I came in this country with my balls. Okay? That's why I came here. So I work hard. I worked hard. I saved. Okay, I was planning. I postponed this fun for other things. So yeah, you can make it big. I'm not saying I made it big, but I'm thinking I'm fantastic if I put it on the 7 billion people population. I think I'm just fine. I'm fantastic according to that. Maybe in the 99% of 7 billion. I'm not bragging here. I'm just saying you come with nothing here, with the right mental attitude, with the discipline. That's the word. Discipline, planning, intelligence. Oh my God, Emil, you're so fantastic. I'm telling you, I worked here jobs as the lowest paid. Lowest paid. I saved money. Why? You have to plan. You have to be, as I said, disciplined. Disciplined. And that's up to you how to discipline yourself. It's not like the school is going to discipline. They try, but you see, their goal is for you to be a consumer, not a guy who saves money, eventually involve. No, they want you. That's why they give you credit cards. Yeah, pop, 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 pop. That's why it's on credit, which is fine. They help you. You can't buy certain things just like this. You're going to save what? Stay, let's say, 3 years or 4 years to buy, or 5 years to pay cash for a house here. And well, yes and no. No, you take and you in the meantime stay what, with cockroaches and bats in a how do you call it, studio room, which I did. You can't stay like this forever. You want children, don't you? You have relatives, you have friends. What are you gonna do? Put that everything on hold until you're 50, and in 50 you're gonna start paying shit. You're gonna buy a house. You're gonna buy this. You're gonna try to make kids or something. I mean, you can't. I can, but you're not alone on this world. You know what I mean? And so on. So you have to plan. You have to be responsible. You have to be disciplined. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So yeah, these guys are, don't worry. Go watch The View, the TV bullshit, or the Scarboroughs and Mika Brzezinski. What's the name of that? Morning Joe. Yeah, watch that garbage, or whatever other things that they'll keep you glued to the television while you get your joint on and your beer, and then you go to work the next day like, oh fuck, I got to go to work. I hate my life. Yeah, you hate your life. You should. Who's in charge of it? Who's in the driver's seat? Oh no, I was dealt bad cards. No, you were not. You were not. You were better. You were dealt better than I was, I think. Unless the communists were good and the capitalist freedom were bad. The countries with freedom and democracy. So how come a communist guy shows up in a great country and this guy said, I was dealt a bad hand? How in the fuck you were dealt? I'm taking personal right now. Can you tell? Yeah, it's all right. Stop. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.